Tonight's starting goaltenders are presented by Tops Markets, where Sabres fans make big saves with the best deals in town. At the lonely end of the rink, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen. He is the 11th Sabres goaltender to make a postseason start, the 14th to make an appearance in a playoff game against Boston. Jeremy Swayman, 9 and 10 in 20 playoff games, and banging the drum, Sandra Jeanneret. Sabres fans looking to have a smile with this game. Casey Mittelstadt, you see they're lining up against Alex Tuch. Playoff hockey is back in Buffalo. Sabres with a steal at center, and they'll skate from left to right here in this opening period. McAvoy in the back end along with Aspro, and now it's cleared and not all the way outside the line as the Sabres try to put some early pressure on here. Dahlin bouncing puck at the line, Tuch giving a bump, and now it's a little chip and chase. Arvidsson against Mattias Samuelsson with a good hit against the end wall. They can talk about how much more revved up these games get. The Razor, I know the guys have to live it here for the first couple of shifts.
Yeah, they do. You got to be a little nervous. Stay focused out here, but use this building to build off it, man. There's no better feeling as a player out there, and the crowd's going crazy like this. The energy is just endless.
In behind the Bruins goal, Andrew Peeke put under pressure. Benson on the near wall, trying to make his way around the coverage from Big Zadorov. Here's a play for Doan, trying to turn to the front of the net. Yeah, the Bruins now will be able to clear outside the zone. Owen Byron will go back after it. Geekie trying to strip him of the puck, and what a season 39 has had for the Bruins, who come up with the puck, trying to get it to the front of the net, and that is tipped to the corner. This fan base came ready. There's a puck deep in the Buffalo corner, played behind the net. It'll come around the near wall. And now Quinn starts it out with a pass to McLeod. He'll gain the line. Drop pass, shot! That's deflected off the glass in the corner. Boston will come back the other way. Fraser Minten, Husnudinov, and Hagens, the rookie. They call on the kids line in Boston. Nobody over the age of 23. Sabres know what that's all about. It's 3 gain the Boston line. McLeod, far circle. Stanley with a shot. Now come off the end wall. Kept it at the point. Sabres coming out of the corner. Loaded high for a shot. And Swayman out to make that stop, taking us. 4th line out for the Boston Bruins. Same for the Buffalo Sabres. Face-off to the right of Swayman. Done at the face-off circle, and the Bruins will play it towards the left wing boards, and a chase there by Jeannot is for naught, as it's an icing called against Boston. Losing that draw, and Boston looking for the stick of Jeannot, who tips it deep into the corner. He's hit against the wall, and Dunn takes care of his check here, Mark Castle. Now the Sabres will have a chance to skate it out. Mittelstadt to center. Greenway able to draw that and stay on side. Here's Dunn behind the net, uncovered so far. He'll play it back to Dahlin. Samuelsson to the net for a shot, looking perhaps for the deflection. Off the stick of Greenway. Boston out of the corner, able to come up with it. Up near center ice. Corrali pushed off the puck in the Sabres. Mittelstadt chasing after it. Espo closes it in the net. And both teams will take this opportunity to change. 3 minutes, 10 seconds in. Power at center. Sabres came. Krebs to Thompson. Can't get the middle of the ice. Play by Alex Tuch. He knocks down Arvidsson. Well, it's Mittelstadt who races back and gets the puck back for the Bruins. Casey to center. Left side still with the puck on the entry. Mittelstadt throws that one to the side of the goal. Luukkonen doesn't have it. And it slides free off to his left, and Krebs will scamper away to center. Krebs working down the far side. On Peeke. Sabres play it back to the line. Now play to the side of the goal, and it'll be covered up by Jeremy Swayman. Face-off won by Buffalo, back to the line. Good extra effort. And then it's played down below the goal line. Doan in a battle Bruins will chip it up and out. No possession yet. Buffalo will just toss it inside the Bruins line. Quick pressure that time on Lindholm. And Boston now with Pastrnak. Slides it across, and a great stick coming back in the middle of the ice. That time to break it up for the Sabres. That was Norris. This Buffalo game the line. Pass to the far circle shot. And that'll come to the near point. Puck laid down. Low line defending. Almost centered back in front there by Benson. And Boston slowly will bring it up to center. You know the Bruins are talking about weathering the storm, but it's not just the first 10 minutes of this game in this city. They're going to have to do it all night long. Sabres gain the line, and then it's tipped off the stick there in McLeod. Big hit up by Samuelson, who steps up on Houston. Now McLeod will bank one off the boards, but not out. Husnudinov with a return pass and a shot blocked by Timmins. Bruins work it up high. Aspero trying to get that one to the net. Comes around to the far side where Minton in behind the net with Husnudinov. He will scamper after it. He's met there by Quinn. Tries to work it up the wall. That stays in. Aspero walks in, far circle. Trying to slap it back in front for Minton, but another good block. Bruins look to center again. Timmins gets his stick tied up with Hagens, the young rookie. And Buffalo will get it out to center. And just out of the reach there of Zucker.
Details, Dan. We've shown a couple of shot blocks here. Guys getting their bodies in front and getting in the lane, poking pucks away. All those little things are going to add up to make a difference.
Zadorov stepping up, drops it back to Corrali for a shot, and that'll come off the end wall. Chip off the boards and out. Sabres talk a lot this year about puck possession and just getting that puck to the red line, and then the rest of the way if you're in any trouble. Greenway doing that. Just onside. What a play by Malenstein to stay onside there as Kastelik bumps it to the right side with 13:42 to go in the first. We get a whistle at the line for an offside. And a scoreless and loud start. Bruins off the face-off will dump it in. Play off the far wall. Zacha with Arvidsson and Middlestat. They try to work it out front, but the play is held to the corner. Zacha turns and fires, and that one will come out back to the point. Aspero is been aggressive here already in this opening 6.5 for Boston. Here's Taves Thompson, right side, shot, and Swayman got a piece of that one and deflects it up and out of play.
Yeah, able to get that with his stick. Swayman was a quick shot coming down the right side, but a great pass here by Peyton Krebs. Wide open Tages. He's got the lane. He just lets the goaltender take the shooter, and it goes right off the stick. You can hear it nick the stick here as it takes the shot and deflects out a play right off the shaft there. That was labeled far side.
Sabres with a face-off in the Boston zone, getting the Benson, Norris, and Doan line out. And a face-off won by Buffalo, but now the secondary battles here to keep possession. And Benson on the wall gets it back to Timmins. For Stanley off the wall with a shot. And Swayman able to make the save. Norris behind the net for Benson. Low eye on his back. Puck stays against the boards of the Bruins. Can't skate it out. Sabres Benson tried to stick handle through a crowd, and that will be played to the Buffalo line and then chipped off the glass by Norris. Then behind the net, Benson putting the pressure on. Lindholm's pass up to the Sabres line. Step up there to show the threat of a hit by Timmins. And now a chance to move it up for Norris. He'll get it to the Boston line and a bouncing puck for Benson. He's got a habit of sticking with these. Plays it behind the net. Now Doan against Zadorov. Zadorov comes up with the puck and calmly plays it, but he's going to ice the puck here. And a face-off coming up back in the Boston zone here for the Buffalo Sabres for over a minute. It's early in the game, and adrenaline for both sides, meaning time on the ice likely won't be an issue just yet. There's Corrali in the Buffalo zone, plays it around the boards.
Yeah, early in a series like this, you don't run out of energy, Dan. You just flying on emotions out there, and you just keep going. So the becomes a little more of a factor as the series drags on.
They'll keep in here by Zadorov. He'll play it to the far side. Shot is blocked, and now Quinn with a pass to the Sabres blue line and out. And joins the rush for the return pass. That is kept in nicely at the line and fired wide. Byron down the wall, plays it in behind the net. Quinn centers. Oh, what a chance for Zucker. Right on the doorstep. That's where he's going to live. There's Bowen Byron. Holds the puck at the blue line. Skates over to the left side with a shot. Traffic around Swayman, who comes up with it. And after the whistle, Andrew Peeke comes up swinging.
That's Zucker he's tied up with there in front of the net.
And he will play the entire series right there where we saw him.
Yeah, Jason Zucker, 3 goals against the Bruins this year. Led the team.
Boston going to clear the puck for the icing call here.
And not take any chances. So if you got nothing, they're probably just going to fire it down the ice. So keep the pressure on them.
In behind the net for Lindholm. Big hit at the line. Samuelson. Freight train his man. And the puck inside the Buffalo zone. Oh, what a hit that was. Now Thompson down the right side with a shot. Rebound. Swayman with the save. The Bruins thought they were bigger. They said they were stronger. And Mattias Samuelsson just answered. Mitten at the faceoff top for the Bruins who win it. And it'll be Husnudinov to center. Puck is knocked down before he gains the line. Then he's given a bump, and now Power inside the Buffalo zone. Power's pass to the Boston line. Staying on the right side of the puck there as the Bruins step up. Norris with a battle there on the wall and slows the play enough for offside. Did he come out to shovel out a football stadium and sit in a snowbank to watch the scoring event? Again, hit by Malenstein as he gets Lindholm and every bit of him there at center. Malenstein tips it in on the line. Lindholm comes up with a puck and he'll play it up ahead to Middlestat, but too far. And you got big Logan Stanley out there waiting to also let the Bruins know we're not a small team. Greenway sends him to the ice. Over comes Malenstein. Greenway slot. And no shot as the puck is played to the boards for Dunn. Far side, Arvidsson will get there first. He'll carry to the Sabres line with Zacha and Middlestat. Pass behind Middlestat. Sabres can counter. And they will bring now 2 to the line as Buffalo needs a change here. And Dunn will just put it deep in the offensive zone with 9.5 to go in the opening period.
Yeah, nice job by Dunn just slowing up, coming through the neutral zone there. He was looking at the bench the whole time, waiting to see his guys get changed. Just so he does dump it in and give Boston a free wheel to come back up. Smart play by Dunner.
Zadorov jumps up. He'll play it across. Far circle shot blocked before it got to the net. Rebound scores. Geekie on the follow-up. Gets the goal after Pasternak was stopped first, but Geekie, a dangerous player, pounces on that one, and it's 1-0 Bruins.
You can see right there the contact in the middle of the ice. It knocks McLeod off the puck right there, and it just left a wide open lane for Geekie to step in there. It doesn't even look like that puck was laying flat. It was on its edge.
Edwards there with Peyton Krebs. He winds up taking the draw at center. The Bruins strike first. See how the Sabres answer with a goal at 10:52 of this opening period. Zadorov being given an assist on the goal. Boston will carry the center and shoot it in. Thompson finishing his check near center. Battle stays on the near wall. 3 Sabres right to the wall on that shot. Off the stick of Minton is stopped. Haggins keeps it in, and now Power in behind the Buffalo net as both teams will change up the forward groups. Boston can change everybody up here with 8:20 to go. Power taking a look. Nothing clean there yet. He's going to shoot it in. And Bruins will get it right back out for Pasternak. He's shoved back to the Boston line almost before it's a cross-ice pass that eludes Norris, but no, Dahlin. Penalty makes Geekie, and a penalty coming up to Dahlin. I think got his stick in there on the coverage, and it is a hooking call.
Absorb a little of that cold water. and then maybe keep them a little bit warmer than normal. So great job by those guys. That was awesome.
So the Sabres on the kill here for the first time in the series. The Boston Bruins with Kiki Pasternak, Zacha, Lindholm, and McAvoy will gain the Buffalo line. Samuelsson taking care of business. They're now behind the goal. Zacha trying to set it. Down comes Geekie. Sabres look to clear, but goes off the skate of McLeod to the corner, and then it's cleared down the ice. Nice. Samuelsson is behind the net swing and will leave it there.
Yeah, Sabres very good against the Bruins this year on the PK, 90.9%.
Sabres penalty kill, Brazil Gabe's collision, your car's best defense. Here's Zacha gaining the line. Down below the goal line. Zacha will play it to the corner. Bruins work it up top. McAvoy gets a return for a blast, and Luukkonen able to see that one all the way and make the stop. Zacha. Pasternak looking for a lane. Luukkonen gets back before that puck has a chance of even coming out the side of the goal. The Bruins held on the far wall. Pasternak, top circle, leaves it. Far circle pass. That goes off the stick of McAvoy. He's then shoved to the corner. 35 seconds to go in the penalty to Rasmus Dahlin. Sabres with 3-on-3 down in that corner. Look at the big save. Puck right in front, back to him. And he covers up in Greenway. Absolutely fired Lindholm into the goal to make sure he was not going to get anywhere near. And then Minton still battles there along with McLeod. They get tied up. Low ride. Far side, and that is tipped wide. Bruins reporters talking about the last Boston practice. They were working on all of those cross-ice passes down low, and I'm sure the Sabres heard all about it and scouted it. Darlene's back onto the ice. 1-0 Boston. Under 6 to go in the first. Sabres back to full strength, and with the puck now, Tage Thompson at center. Makes one move, trying to cross the line, lost the handle on it. Delayed offside, and couldn't touch it, so Buffalo will reset. A quick up, though, and offside here.
Up even higher to play on the ice and the fans in the stands. So it takes a little bit. You stay focused with it. You know, you feed off it. If you're a home building, you feed off it. You just keep rolling. And I don't know how you can say not jacked up at all. I don't know if I've ever met a player that went into the playoffs that wasn't jacked up about it.
Sabres will dump it into the Boston zone. Penalty coming up here to the Bruins. And Zadorov will be the one going to the box.
Cross check. Yeah, Peyton Krebs just getting in on the play and then putting the brakes on. And then when Zadorov did, he just come across with a cross check, knocked him to the ice.
Cross checking.
Plays drawn up for that. Also, probably the talk is just be direct and get the pucks and see if they can accomplish that. The Bruins keeping the play along the wall after the faceoff. Big play by Dahlin, racing down to keep it in, but it's swatted down the ice, and the Sabres will reset from their own end.
Yeah, there's no secrets on either side. In any team you're going to play, there's no secrets unless you change things going into the game. That's the only way you can maybe take advantage of the opposition, and that's when the playoffs, how important coaching is to shift things around and not just keep doing the same things. Throw different things at it.
Strong side entry by Norris, who's still down. He went down awkwardly into the boards on that rush up the ice. It's going to stay in the play. Zucker up top with Dahlin. Drags the Bruins to this right side of the ice. There's a chance in front. And now Thompson for Dahlin with a blast. And Swayman able to see that one, makes the stop. And let's hope Norris is okay, as he will make his way now to the Buffalo bench.
Yeah, great job here taking the shot from the middle of the ice by Dahlin. If they're going to collapse like that, there's a lot of open space up high. So you get that puck low to high and get her jamming through. You got Norris and you got Quinn there in front. And Swayman has to come up with a big save, but there's no bad time to shoot the puck.
Norris is going to stay out there after it looked like he was kind of exercising his jaw a little bit after the way he went into the boards. He'll take the draw against Lindholm, and the Sabres win the draw. Dahlin up top. Looking for Zucker in front, but the pass from Thompson never got there. Give McAvoy some credit. In his defense is the Sabres with Dahlin at the line. Again on the wall. Quinn, Thompson tried to walk it in front. A couple of right side. They still bang away at it. Zucker thinks it's in. The referee has waved it off. And now the reaction from McAvoy to Dahlin, and here we go. Made his return to Buffalo. He maybe predicted it a year earlier, but boy, he was right eventually, and we'll give it to him. As the Sabres coming off a heck of a season, and they are now 37 seconds left on the clock, still in the power play. Zadorov in the box. Good skate, McLeod to the net, and Swayman's going to cover up there. No rebound to be found, and this time he'll go for a skate.
McLeod came with a tremendous amount of speed down that right wall and dropped the shoulder.
McLeod did not manage a power play goal during the season. He's got the puck on the boards, right side goal line, back to McLeod. 22 to go on the man advantage. Sabres work the left side of the ice, shot for the point. The rebound gets past Alex Tuch. Benson after it. Now McLeod near circle. McLeod fires a shot. A rebounder is there. Corrali stick handles away from traffic. He's going to choose to play that one behind the net. Race forward on the near wall. And Benson, good hustle, but a great keep in at the line. And now Doan. Zadorov back on the ice for Boston. Benson with a hit there on Castellan in the Boston zone. There's a pass to the front of the net, and Swayman holds on. His 91 to his credit coming into this one here tonight. And he's a big reason for their success this season. A success that not many, except those in the Boston room, maybe would have predicted. Boston will lift it in to the Buffalo zone. A very consistent year by the Boston Bruins. And this series is not expected to be a quick one. Samuelson between the circles in the Buffalo zone. Sabres out shooting the Bruins with 2.5 to go, 13-7. The trail at 1-0 here in the first period. Backhanded to the line, and a pass there from Krebs looking for Tuch. Take the weight of that. Clearing attempt by Buffalo off the face-off point. Held in at the line by McAvoy. Luukkonen inside of the net, comes right out in front. Clearing the shot, stopped by Luukkonen. Samuelson will get this one out and down the ice. Under a minute to go in the opening period. Sabres need a good 48 seconds here to keep this at a 1-0 game going into the second. Boston back at their own line. Pasternak's on the right. He'll gain the line. He'll continue his way down the wall, but won't get the puck as it's cleared down the ice. Sabres make a couple of changes on the kill unit. Boston with a player coming off the bench as well. There's only 2 over center, so you know they're bumping it back. Now it's played back in the corner. Greenway, good tie up on the wall. Minton drops it for Pasternak, shot, and that one will go to the corner. Minton looks up for Pasternak, decides to keep it. Pass near side, wide open net, oh, and that went wide. Oh, that looked like that was going to go to the back of an empty net over here. And the Sabres survived that to take this to a 1-0 conclusion. The second period started. They've got to kill 47 seconds of a Boston power play. Sabres from right to left when they get the puck on the fence, but right now they've got to defend Pasternak with a drop, and the Bruins will see how they gain the line. Pasternak with a drop at the line, and McLeod can't clear. Here's Lindholm. Right circle, goal play line, and Pasternak will send it across for Zacha.
Penalty coming in.
Yeah, there should be a penalty there. It's slashing call or a holding call. It does, but it's so clean and out of the zone. Power's going to have to play the angle here. And he does on Casey Middlestat. Getting some help from Benson and Overdress McLeod. Sabres definitely trying to outnumber the Bruins on the puck, and Power will play it to an open corner. So they're going to successfully kill this with 2 seconds and with the puck at center. Out of the box comes Zucker. And just possession kept here by McLeod, and he'll leave it for the Buffalo Sabres captain, Rasmus Dahlin. Power play time for Buffalo. Norris knocked down and a bouncing puck at the line, kept in by Dahlin. Good reach. Norris to the corner, back up top for Dahlin. Zucker is drifted over the far circle. Thompson with a pass intended for Zucker. That goes to the far wall. Swayman comes out to meet that shot, and then a clearing attempt by the Bruins almost kept in. And Norris will play it across the red line at center. And the Sabres again are going to bump it back here.
Yeah, that first power play opportunity the Sabres had, they got 7 shots on net.
Here's a left pocket, an opportunity shot. Look at him, needed that one. And he reached out with the glove to hold on to it. Sabres will gain 7 with 38 to go on the man advantage. Swayman will choose to hold on to this one.
Yeah, just got to be careful there coming through the middle. That's Corrales who picks this up, but good pass there.
Playing free enough to be creative. It's the good sign as the Sabres keep it in at the line here with 25 to go on the man advantage. Trying to find some room. We've got Alex Tuch in front of the net as they work it back to the blue line. Now Doan will cycle his way to the net as well. There's the puck to the net, and it takes a deflection.
Getting to know a lot of people in this fantastic experience for them.
Bruins send the puck down the ice. 5 seconds left in the Zacha penalty. 1-0 Bruins lead. Just underway here. Couple into this second period. Sabres will just dump it in. Good stick lift down low there, and now Thompson finds one to the net. Zadorov will come out from behind the net. Pressure there by Alex Tuch. Sabres with a takeaway just ahead of the Bruins line, and Dahlin will throw it down below the goal line. More pressure. Krebs comes up with it. He'll play it back. This time Bowen Byram takes a shot that's stopped before it got to the net off some of the traffic in front. Byram. Alex Tuch high up the line. This is the Sabres cycle. They like to play it high in the zone, then work it down low. Swayman got a piece of that one. Sabres keep possession there by Krebs. Byram. Pass to the circle. And Alex Tuch stripped of the puck there. Tuch's been out for a minute 26 now as he gets to the bench.
Yeah, Sabres doing a great job here coming up with loose pucks and winning those battles, especially down low in the offensive zone here. Boston having a hard time exiting the zone. Sabres are putting that much pressure on him. There's nowhere for him to go.
And it's that second period long change as a bouncer to the left of Luukkonen. Buffalo able to skate now up towards center ice, a little outside in. Puck stays with him. Doan can't get the shot away, but trying to fish for the rebound. Then it comes to the line with the Bruins. Geekie chips it ahead. Pasternak's in alone. Pasternak! Luukkonen got enough of it. Great stop by Luukkonen. Stay patient. And the Sabres come back to the Boston line. That pass across to the point. Here's Samuelson. Far circle. Morrison behind the net for Benson. He's hit hard. And Boston will skate back. This is Geekie up towards center and across the line. Lindholm with a slot for a shot. And that one deflects off the inboards. Malenstein is already up ice. Dunn trying to find him. He does. And it's an offside call at the line. And Mark Jenneret in the booth with us. 1-0 Bruins. I just turned the puck over here and now Stanley. Up ice quickly. Getting better and better at reading the Sabres team as they get to the attack. Shot from the line. And Swayman holds on. That gives us a chance to continue our conversation. Sabres, McLeod wins the draw. He's got it himself. Back to Mattias Janmark. The traffic in front, and it's just wide. That was Zucker trying to get a stick on. He'll stay down low to the corner with it. Zucker up top. Great pass. Dahlin with a shot. And Swayman will somehow has that underneath him. Flat on his back. Here's Dahlin off the face-off win. Quick shot stopped by Swayman. There's a rebound, and Kastelik touches it back to him. And then Alex Tuch in a stare down right in front of the Bruins net, but it will only be that.
Well, and the Bruins just having a real hard time here finding a way to get out of their zone.
Kastelik took that slapper off the boot, but it's a block for the Bruins, and they'll flip it. Forcing Dahlin back. He's going to play it into the slide, and that shot goes off a skate into the corner. Now a chance for Thompson. Sabres have had the puck a lot here to start the second period. Even Boston at the beginning with the remains of a power play that didn't last for long. Thompson in the corner, along with Tuch. Tuch's play back to the line is knocked out of midair. And now the Bruins will get it to just that center before it's cleared into the Buffalo zone. And a quick up here finds Benson. Benson protects the puck for Alex Tuch. Here's Bowen Byram with a shot. And that comes off the wall and goes up and out of play with 14:01 remaining Bruins win the draw. They'll skate it out to center, and it's a flip and chase. Byron knows that Arvidsson is set. Buffalo trying to clear, but it's on his stick of Casey Middlestat. He'll pump it back to the point. Low line, shoots out to the net. And Arvidsson with his stick down on the ice, but the deflection goes to the wall. Now the Sabres to the line, but not out. And with the choice there of Owen Power. He will take the return pass left side to center and dump it in. Far side. In behind the net, low line. Able to play that one away from the Sabres forecheck. And a rink-wide pass taken away by Bowen Byram. Sabres defense has been key part of their offense throughout the season. They'll be counted on here in the postseason as Byram waits. And the Sabres get the deflection they want from Greenway for Dunn down in the corner. Here's Mallinstein in behind the net. Dunn races over to help out. Greenway reaching for it. Timmins charged with keeping possession, and he does. Greenway's shot is blocked. Timmins in a bit of a no-man's land there, but he does good to stay on the right side against Pastrnak. And the Sabres get it back, and a quick up off the wall, left side. A little bump by Mallinstein there on the line. Now comes Greenway. Down below the goal line with him. Greenway keeps it. Turns to his forehand. Wants to get it the front of the net. The play's not there. Pastrnak can't tip it up the wall. What a great play that was to keep it in the zone. Stanley throws that one to the net. Bruins with the step up, able to chop it out to center. And for the first time in a while, they have possession over center, but they don't get it far. Sabres come right back with Zucker. Racing against Lindholm. Zucker, good stick lift. That allows McLeod for Zucker. Now Quinn behind the net. Sabres good movement off puck. Trying to get that to the net, but the Bruins will come away, but look out for Geekie. He's already made his way up ice, but this time it's a long shooting, and Boston will make a line change. Rasmus Dahlin puts it off the boards, but just outside the line, the Bruins will send it right back in. Samuelsson looks up the middle, deflected there by Zucker, swinging up to play it this time. Step up by Alex Tuck. McAvoy ahead to Husnadino. Took a swing at it and missed, and the Sabres get possession back again. Alex Tuck this time instead of tipping it in, bumps it back for Thompson, right side on the entry. Played around the corner, Peyton Krebs. Sweeps that line of Boston net. Axbro took it as he played it up the wall. Nice play by Byram. That was a bouncing puck at that far corner. Stick lift that time, and the Sabres will keep it in. There's James Thompson around play. Axbro in the corner. Step up there by Power. Sabres still keeping it. Bruins keeping their own zone. Putting on a clinic here. They got to get the puck. Couldn't get a shot away. Byron can't keep it in. And that'll go for an icing. No, waved off.
It was touched here at the line.
Quick up here, going to the net with Krebs. Failed on it just a little bit. And then at the net will get the meeting of the minds. And Doan staying in a crowd of Bruins with Krebs there as well.
Offensive zone, and they got numbers coming in, and they've given Boston fits here so far in the second period.
Yeah, shots 21-10 in favor of Buffalo. They need that goal to tie it up. In behind the net with possession. Benson looking. Norris trying to find open space. It'll come back. Samuelsson, no hesitation to shoot. That's a block there by Arvidsson in a race for the puck. Arvidsson, the trailer, won't get to it. Samuelsson plays it ahead. Doan will get to this puck. In behind the net. Takes the hit. And now the Bruins try to skate it out. What a play there by Benson. Stick came up, no call. Referee in the corner with no call. Meanwhile, Pastrnak again. Saved by Luukkonen for the second time of the game. On a breakaway, Luukkonen has the answer.
Yeah, he's done it twice here this period. He stood tall. Boston's best offensive player right here. One-on-one.
Boston's top group here, and that's going to deflect up into the air. Luukkonen's got to watch for that one. Sneaky play by Pastrnak over the far side. Now 3 Buffalo Sabres on the counter rush. Here's McLeod. Zucker, a couple of jabs, and Swayman holds on.
I'm not sure if that puck, when it was thrown from the boards, was deflected off the stick of the Bruins player into Swayman's belly. Take a look here. Nice job stepping around. Oh, it goes right off his skates. See what goes on here. As he is getting himself in some good looks here just by being fast.
He's definitely a player. His game was built for the playoffs. He can have physicality, but one thing that's hard to counter is speed. And the Sabres with Tage Thompson now gearing it up through center. He'll shoot it into the Boston zone. Alex Tuch on the wall, keeping the play there. Makes a couple of plays. So it plays it down to the corner, back to the far side of the ice, and now they'll get it out. Good step up there by Power, and the Bruins send it in, and that puck is down. Sabres win. Here's Dahlin. Outside play, in behind the net. Dahlin will keep it. Trying to go back to the front point, and now a race for the puck. Samuelson will get there ahead of Castle, who heads off to the bench. Group of Bruins have been on the ice for a while. Here again, the long change. Still got three of them at now a minute. Corrali gets off the ice with a minute into his shift. Bouncing puck, and Boston now will bring it out with 8:17 to go to center. Pastrnak on the right side. Dahlin stays with him. Pastrnak though with the puck. Keeps it all the way to the far boards. Trying to go back to the line, and that's stolen. Bruins with two back. And it'll be Doan just playing that one deep. Carried to center by Lowry this time. He'll shoot it in. Puck comes around the boards, and then it's chopped out by the Sabres. So Lowry gets it back again. Quick pass to the line when it's touched by Lindholm. Allows Buffalo to get the puck, and Boston able to also make some changes. Here comes Dunn down with a shot. And Dunn wins a face-off there with that shot on goal. Melenstein and Green in that same playoff year. Here's Tage Thompson. Penalty has gone to the net. Thompson draws the penalty. Sabres high in the zone with the goaltender gone to the bench and looking. And there's a shot, Swayman the save. And now the puck will be touched by Boston. Crashing the net, looking for anything they can get their stick on. Off the draw, a chance to clear it down the ice, and Husnudinov does just that. Thompson, Dahlin, Norris, Quinn, and Zucker. Dahlin carrying it up. He'll drop it back, and Quinn looking to gain the line. Good speed to get to his own chip in down the point, but it's taken away by Hampus Lindholm. Sabres trying to keep it in at the line. Tight quarters there. And it'll be chipped down the ice by Lindholm, and Sabres will start from behind their own net. Mattias Samuelsson, during the pregame show on the bench, told us tonight, don't get bored with playing the right way. Boston is going to make it tough. The truth is right in front of us right now, and the Sabres can't let it deter them, Rob.
No, you just got to stick with your game here. Just keep playing. Have faith that, the same structure you've had all season long will work here if you just stay with it here going down the stretch here in the second half.
Puck fired in. Zucker on the far wall. Ian off Balafort. Castellet. Strong play up the wall, and he'll chip it down the ice. And then over the Boston bench. So this power play is quickly expiring. 39 seconds left in it. Rasmus Dahlin, we've seen him go end-to-end this year, but not this time. A deep drop is there for Buffalo. We're going to gain the line with Benson. Puck battle now. Zadorov against Tuch. Comes out. Up top for Byron. For Alex Tuch. Cross-ice pass off a stick and stays in play. 10 seconds to go in the power play as the Bruins clear it all the way down the ice. And look out here as Alex Tuch gets to that puck just in time. So the Bruins penalty kill got their job done, and the Sabres remain down 1-0. They've been great 5-on-5. Here's McLeod from the corner in front. Looking for Benson at the back door. Bruins to set. Puck fired in by Geekie. Luukkonen heard to leave it, so he does. And now the Sabres, that pass off to Skate. of Greenway, and Byron plays it back. Greenway, good support. He'll gain the Boston line to the wing for Mallenstein. For Greenway behind the net. One hand on the stick, down to Stanley. Behind the net, Mallenstein sweeps in front. Now Greenway with it. He sends one to the front of the net, and it's gloved down. Trace Thompson as well. Face off the Boston zone, and Pastrnak just gets his stick on it enough that it gets outside the line. Sabres will shoot it in. Aspero in behind the net for McAvoy. Plays that one before the oncoming pressure by Doan. Now Pastrnak with one man back directly. Samuelsson had support there with Benson behind him, so he could be a little bit aggressive on the step there by Pastrnak. Rasmus Dahlin lifted down to Spur. Hit by Norris down to the ice. Samuelsson comes down the wall to keep it in. Step up by Benson, that puck gets by him. 3:49 remaining in the second period. A one-goal game. Just one in the game. Here's Rasmus Dahlin. Bad pass, lovely, out of the wing. With a shot. Rebound off the pass. Swayman picked up by Arvidsson. And he'll skate into daylight for Boston to the Sabres line before he plays it to the wing. Arvidsson behind the net. Along with Zacha against Power. Thompson down low to help out. Leaning on Zacha. The puck comes to the corner and it's cleared but not out. Bruins trying to get it in front. Diving play to clear that one. Here's a shot. Luukkonen comes out to challenge. First sustained in-zone pressure by the Bruins here. Luukkonen just kicks that one away. Zacha comes out of the corner with it. Zacha to the net looking. Again, backdoor for Arvidsson. Just out of his reach. Here's Krebs into the Boston zone. Here's a pass from Alex Tuch that comes outside of the zone. And the Sabres reset on their side of center all the way back into the Buffalo zone.
Yeah, that middle's really being taken away. I think they got to start launching a few shots here towards the net from a little bit higher. They got guys there. Start putting a few through there.
Puck played around by Hankins into the corner. Stanley reaching for it, but he's covered. And the Bruins come in. Minton with a shot. That's blocked. What a block that was. Great play by Quinn. Sabres at center with McLeod. Unable to reach it. Boston quick up. Left side on the answer. Usnadina. Stanley in the corner. Can't play it up the wall now. Comes back to Stanley again, and he'll flip this one this time. Outside the Sabres zone. Pass goes off the curved glass of the Buffalo bench, so it's out of play, and we get a whistle. You make.
Oh, it doesn't matter what I make. It's what the wife spends.
Again, you can get your tickets online. Sabres.com/50/50 anywhere in New York State. 1:35 to go in the second period. Puck dumped into the Buffalo zone. Rasmus Dahlin goes back after it behind the net. Greenway flips one up. Mallenstein trying to turn with it. Boston stepping up this time and getting it to the Sabres zone. Down the wall, casting against Dahlin. He sidesteps an oncoming hit there from Chenot. Sabres taking care of business behind the net, but it's kept in by McAvoy. This is Chenot on the far wall. Glass is rattling with this group on the ice. Just under a minute to go in the second. Chenot brings it up high for Kastelik. Rasmus Dahlin stays on that inside hip. Gets some help. Bruins zone working up for Aspero. Fakes the shot. Now he'll fire that one, and that is blocked. And despite the block, Mallenstein off. Trying to get over center for the pass. The Bruins, but a race for it now is Heat. Didn't handle it cleanly. And it's kept in by Buffalo with 30 seconds. Trying to find a lane. Power holds it, takes the shot. Didn't get it through. He stays with it. Behind the net for Benson. 20 seconds left in the period. Second period, down 1-0. Benson for Norris. To the net. That took a redirection in front. 14 seconds to go. Big hit. Zadorov. Down below the goal line. But Doan gets right back up, and he's got the puck with 6 seconds. Doan to the far circle. Shot! And that one, Swayman stops, and then in front of the net, we get Morrison early in the game. Sabres do win the draw. Thompson! Byron at the horn. Shot goes off a body and wide. And the Sabres need one to level the score. And to keep Boston off the sheet from here on in. Alex Tuch, along with Krebs, getting the play deep into the Boston zone. Tage Thompson trying to free it up, and he does. The Bruins will keep you occupied. All three forwards there down low in the zone. And Zacha skates it out. He'll keep possession at the line. Opens up the lane with a shot. Looking far post with that one. It comes out the far side. And now Buffalo with Tuch at center. Couldn't make much of that play, and McAvoy gets it back to the Bruins. Shoots it in behind the Sabres goal. Pastrnak is on it. Play by Byram. Bruins get it back to the line. Zadorov to the far point for a shot. Look out. Oh, this near side is just played away from the stick of Geekie. Bruins on the far point. Step up there by Zucker. The line in front of the post. They score. A follow-up on the play by Lindholm.
It's still fine. Here they get it in deep. You know, Pastrnak feeding this one to the front of the net, and two opportunities at it. You got guys just, they got a little better awareness of where guys are. Right there, Power's trying to cut that side off. But whether McLeod drops down and takes Geekie there, is you see Power trying to cut that pass off coming from below the goal line. He's anticipating that it's coming out there. It gets through him. That's where that forward's got to drop down and find that extra man that's coming in. Have a holders. You just can't get fixated on the puck.
Lindholm with the goal. And the Bruins right back into the Buffalo zone. Shot stopped by Luukkonen. As Minton threw that one towards the net, and now it's lifted out towards center ice. Well, Boston stepping up. Kuznetsov trying to go in the middle of the ice. It's knocked down by Buffalo. Lindholm from Geekie and Pastrnak, who's 2 assists in this game. A couple of breakaways, as we just talked about, both stopped by Luukkonen. 1:08, time of the goal. Both goals for Boston at even strength. Alex Tuch behind the net.
And Tage Thompson lost the blade out there. He worked his way over to the bench, though.
Down and started. Didn't work. Second attempt. Quick shot is blocked. Sabres now will make their way up towards center. Done. Muscles that puck towards Swayman. Down comes Samuelsson into the corner. Puck behind the Boston end, and the Bruins for Pastrnak. He'll play it to center. Lindholm drops it for Geekie. Geekie's hit into the boards hard. Darlene took a hit there from Pastrnak.
Yeah, penalty coming here to the Bruins.
Boston touching the puck inside the zone, a slash from Jeremy Swayman.
I think it's just, I know you got 27 shots, but just keep getting shots to the net here with Boston. We see it all the time. You got to find a way. He's in the groove.
Yep.
And the only way you're going to get it is redirections, rebounds.
Or just make sure he can't see. Get somebody there. Back to the line. That was cut off by Boston and cleared down the ice. And it's not been a fun ride with the man advantage so far tonight for Buffalo. And give the Bruins credit. Sabres need to find a way through this puzzle as Darlene to the line. It'll be Zucker who just shoots it in behind the net. Swayman plays it for McAvoy. He's clearing attempt, does not get up and out. Play off the wall in the middle of the ice, and there's nobody there for Buffalo, and the Bruins will easily play that one down the ice. Hampus Lindholm.
Yeah, they got to start coming up with a few of those free pucks down there. They got to start winning a few battles, getting two guys on the puck. Just expect them to come up with it here. The Bruins are doing a good job getting numbers close to the puck. When it does come loose, it's going 2-2.
Second power play unit out for Buffalo. Byram at the line. Nice play. Near circle. McLeod takes the shot. There is a rebound, but it's cleared by the Bruins again. 42 seconds left in the man advantage as Bowen Byram in the Buffalo zone. Up towards center. Has it swept off his stick. And the Sabres will have McLeod take care of this puck. Quick burst to the line for Alex Tuch. Reaching for that puck to the far wall. Turns high with it. Bowen Byram at the line. for Benson on the wall right side. You have Doan in front. Benson near circle. Now you've got Tuck in front of the net. Byron far circle, no shot there. 8 to go, the man advantage. Byron with a shot, and again Swayman, he sees it all the way to that area of the ice. Again, you're not being too picky right now, just trying to get pucks at the net. 15-10 to go, third period, 2-0 Bruins. Sabres get it into the Boston zone, and that'll be cleared. Lindholm goes to the bench without his stick. I'll give you some credit for that.
Yeah, you should. I'm good with
I
that.
mean, over 300. You could have said close to 4, but I'll give you over 300. Sabres work it back for Dahlin. Shot's not there. Carries it for a shot. The keep in here is a blast, and that one goes off Zucker. Feeling that one on the hand. I don't know if the puck hit him there, Rob, or if he got his hand tied up with the defenseman and
Ready to go.
Stanley shoots it in. Ashbro didn't get all of that clearing attempt, but McAvoy there to help out. Puck comes free. Back to the line. Thompson with a shot. That's blocked. Now tucked in behind the net. Battling McAvoy. Ashbro with the puck. Break it off the boards to center. Tage Thompson almost got a piece of it. Boston onside at the line here in the Buffalo zone. Morgan Stanley up ahead for Peyton Krebs. That pass off the skate of Arvidsson. And the Bruins will dump it deep in their own end. And both teams will take a change here as Boston will carry it up towards center. McAvoy shoots it in. Hagen's there for Boston, able to keep it puck behind the net. Bauer navigating his way out. Pass straight up the middle of the ice for Byram. He'll leave it for Doan with a shot. Under the pass, Swayman just enough.
Really trying to push some buttons here to try to get them rolling here a little bit and find some offense.
That's offside at the Boston line. I mean, everything you're seeing from Boston is what you expected. So it's not as if they've thrown something at you that
Top of the puck, but you got to win some battles here on the way. Yes.
have the moments of great physicality. A couple of good stand-up hits, one by each team. Pretty even across the board. These teams have come to play here tonight. Right now it's the Bruins with the open. As Bo Byram stays behind the net for Buffalo. And the Sabres can't handle that first pass out. Now it's ahead to Husnudinov. He's got a bit of a lane here. Husnudinov stopped by Luukkonen. Into the corner. Robbie will play around and Lohrei steps up. Robbie trying to center. As the play out of the corner, Byram side steps. Castello coming down for a hit. Spun him into the ice a little bit. And the Sabres now will gain the line. Powell shoots it into the Boston zone. Bruins first to the puck there as the Sabres are just finishing a change. And now behind the net, this is Rasmus Dahlin. See what happens with the Sabres bench as far as who sees a ton of ice down here in this period. Trying to get it back to a one-goal game. Dahlin high. Takes the shot. That hit traffic in front. Down to the corner. Mattias Samuelsson. Yes, down there as well. Boston will come up with a puck. And now Jeannot will go in for Lohrei. Here's Castello. Tracked by Dahlin to the far wall. Castello falls down. The Sabres at center. Able to fight possession back again. Here's Alex Tuck with a shot. And that will come up the far side. Buffalo need to keep in here, but they can't. But possession held on to by Krebs. Tage Thompson didn't get all of that pass, trying to feed it through. Krebs going towards the net. Boston with a chip and chase. Timmins quickly moves it up. Sabres with 3 to center. 4 Bruins are back though. Stuck and Tage Thompson. Puck eludes both of them. And then Pastrnak ties up Timmins. And the Sabres force back inside their own line. Both teams changing and Stanley waiting for his first and best option. And that one goes off the body. So no icing on the play. Now Greenway with Malenstein racing after it in the corner. Nice play. Malenstein catches up to the puck, sweeps it to the net. That was just wide short side on Swayman. Owen Byram steps up this time on Arvidsson. Puck comes through. Byram steps up to the puck. Quick shot save. Swayman on that one.
Greenway was all by himself in front of the net. Swayman's arguing. Here's just backing his backside into him. And that fourth line doing a good job of just throwing pucks to the net from all different angles. And that's what you got to do.
Greenway again knocks his man down behind the net. Here's Dunn, forced to the corner from Malenstein. Down from the point comes Powers. He'll play it down to the corner. And we're past the halfway mark of this third period. Boston will come up with a puck. And you're on the road at 2-0. You're okay with play staying on the road like the Bruins have it happening right now. Sabres with the puck up to center. It'll be flipped in. McAvoy first. That goes off the skate of Gwynn. He's got Zucker down below the goal line. And McLeod unable to knock that one down out of the air. Back after it, Sabres under pressure from Pasternak. Clear up the wall, gets out of the zone. McAvoy with it. Now Aspero. As the Bruins reset inside their zone. Buffalo finishing a change here with 9:07 to go in this third period. 29 shots for the Sabres, 17 for the Bruins. So okay with getting booed on the road here. Just hanging on to the puck. Sabres need possession and they have it. Here's Dunn. Good shot and Swayman makes the save. And then he's run into as the play goes to the net.
It's not a time to take a penalty here.
And Niels Hayes hand all over this one. A couple of breakaways. Luukkonen stopped him on those. And he finds a way. And the Sabres need to do just that as well here as Alex Tuch that pass just out of his reach. Thompson steps up at center, forcing Arvidsson back inside the Boston line before the Bruins will aim to shoot it in. Not the stick of Andrew Peeke. Owen Byram out of the corner away from a pair of Bruins forecheckers. Will skate it out now to center. Onto the wing for Tuch. Tuch with a shot. Swayman steers that one away. Tage Thompson on the far wall. Tuch comes up from behind the net but can't settle the puck down. Stays with it. Here's Thompson. Passing it to the slot. Shot is blocked. Byram behind the net. Krebs takes a hit. TNT Thompson sweeps it in from the near post, and it's a one-goal game with 7:58 remaining in the third.
The shot blocked. Owen Byram stays on it, trips from behind the net. And here's Tage. See how well he throws the puck and how good he is in tight for a tall man like that. It's incredible how he can handle the puck, puts it back through his feet on the backhand. Gets it across the goal line. He's able to beat Swayman on the wraparound. But just amazing how good he is with the puck in play.
Now the Sabres down 2-1. 7:55 to go. Shoot it into the Boston zone. Powers sends it across. Sanderson shot off the end wall. Taken away by the Bruins. And Boston will now skate it to their own line. Lowry with a follow-up and the Sabres back in their own line. Will have possession. Buffalo stripped to the puck. Chance for Higgins now. Higgins takes the shot and Luukkonen does well to fight that one off as it goes up and out of play. The 19-year-old New York native James Higgins out of Boston College just signed his entry-level contract in April.
Got to feed off this and just turn it up another notch here.
Trying to defend the play. Face-off cross. Sammy behind the net. Good shielding of the puck. Now Doan against Lindholm. They'll play it back in Buffalo with 7:12 to go. Right side up to center. Timmins throws that one ahead. That'll be back to the corner. Battle below the goals. Timmins at the line, unable to keep it in. Good enough angle for Stanley, and Luukkonen's coming out to play it to help him out. Stanley double teamed over on that far corner. And the Bruins steal it back. No call there as Norris gets back up into the play. And two Sabres players going to the same Bruin defenseman there on that side of the ice. Buffalo will take the chance to make a change. Krebs slaps it up to center. Puck just out of the reach of Alex Tuch. Tage Thompson is on it. Thompson makes the turn to the Boston line. Tage with it high in the zone. Shovels it in behind the Bruins net. Alex Tuch overlap here with Peyton Krebs against Hasbro. Tuch throws his man off the puck in front for Thompson. It just goes to the corner. Sabres work it back to the line. Darlene takes a look. There's a shot. Doesn't get through. Krebs trying to go back to Darlene, who just slightly cut inside off that point. Now Byron from the right point. Peyton Krebs down after it. Low line throws that one up the wall. McLeod couldn't keep it in. Sabres well from the point. Here's Darlene at the line to the slot. Quick shot. Low glove saved by Swayman.
Environment's being created in here.
Bruins win the draw. Mitten couldn't handle the pass, and that puck deep in the zone. McLeod trying to catch up to it. Byron with a keep it at the line, but can't get it by Husnudinov. And he'll carry to the Buffalo line. To the middle of the ice, back towards Husnudinov before it's taken away. And McLeod, who came out of the gate flying here in this game, controls the puck back in the Buffalo end, and will leave it as he heads towards the bench with 5 minutes remaining in the third. Sabres pass. That goes too far for the stick of Thompson. Boston will put it off the glass, that'll go down the ice, and that is going to be an icing call against the Bruins.
Pass back over the far wall, not able to get a piece of it. The linesman was right there. He was able to see it. So here you go. You're under 5 minutes now, 4:51. You got face-off in the Boston zone. And I would expect Lindy Ruff will be leaning on this line here an awful lot here in the last 5 minutes, because they've got themselves going here, and they've got some good looks and good zone time.
Sabres win the draw. This is Power. He'll send it across for a shot to the net. Far off by Swayman to the corner. Pastrnak giving a bump, and now the Bruins will skate it to the blue line. That pass ahead. Looking for Geekie. Stays with it. Chops it down below the goal line. Pastrnak played it behind the net. Wanted that to go around the boards a little bit for Lindholm, but the Sabres take it away. Now Alex Tuch to the line and in. Plays it off the far boards. That's sent to net. Swayman with the rebound in front. And it's cleared behind the goal. Tuch and Thompson fighting for it. Thompson comes away with it. Thompson scores! Greatness from Tage Thompson to tie the game at 2 with 4:16 remaining in the third period. The Buffalo Sabres have stormed back to tie it up.
Going into the corner here, tying up the man, and then they're all over it. The puck pops out. Tage Thompson finds it, and he's close, and he just leans on this, and he lets it rip right there. And it goes far side, just inside that post. But just great work by Alex Tuch there. Tage Thompson coming up with this puck, and momentum has changed.
The puck at 7. They are back. These Sabres. And so is the Saberhood in a tie game. Bruins to the line for a shot, and Luukkonen makes the save. And how about the play of Luukkonen in this game? Not a lot of shots, but 2 breakaways against Pastrnak to allow his team and Tage Thompson the chance to get back to even. Dolan skates away from the Corrali invitation. Timmins is on top of Summer down. Off to the left of the Buffalo goal. Benson and Kastelik.
Yeah, I think that's Stanley that might be down, doing their best to root the team on.
I think Jeremy Swayman's hearing it a little bit here. Sabres with a pair of goals from Tage Thompson. Face-off win by Buffalo thanks to that hit
Buffalo,
on
second goal, his second of the game.
And now it's Samuelson out of the corner to the line, but not out. But a follow-up play, and the Sabres are on their way into the Boston zone. Swayman leaves it behind the net, but not a clear play. Quinn walks it out to the slot. Shot scores! Mattias Samuelsson! Are you kidding me? 3 straight from the Sabres, and they've erased the deficit and taken their first playoff lead. It's 3-2.
Getting in on top of the Bruins. Although I'm not able to fire this one around. I mean, look at this pass by Jack Quinn. He's taking the wall away. The Cloud's pressuring the puck up the wall, but look at the play by Jack Quinn. Goes past 2 guys, able to find Samuelsson, slides it across to him. And you see here, there was nothing Swayman could see. The guys in front took it away. I could see the angle right here, and it left the whole left side of the net open.
You're right, took the eyes right away from him. So now with 3:15 left on the clock, and this crowd can be heard all the way to Albany. But they got to defend. Shot off the end wall. Taken by Zadorov, who waits for it back at the point. Now Zadorov with a shot, and Luukkonen reach for that one. It'll come out the far side, and Buffalo lifting it out to center. Under 3 minutes to go. Samuelsson at 16:36 from Quinn. Lindholm trying to put it in. It's off the leg that time of Doan. Now Pastrnak. He'll slide one through a seam. Malmstad comes up with it. Off the boards and out. Bruins come back in. Malmstad chops on it. Can't get it out. Pastrnak down low, sends it in front, loose puck up for grabs. It's back to Hickey between his legs, and it clears his own.
For the third goal, scorer number 23, Mattias Samuelsson.
And the Sabres force the Bruins back into the run.
Assistant number 2, Jack Quinn. Samuelsson for Quinn at 16:36.
Zucker trying to get to the net. And Zucker with a great play, taking the puck to the corner, and Quinn enough to get it out and get it out. Into the Boston zone. 1:40 on the clock. Sabres with their first lead in the playoffs. And in this game, well, there goes Swayman. The net is empty for Boston. Bruins with the puck. Knocks it to the corner on his top. Chops at it, but it doesn't get it. Pressure at the line by Thompson and Tom. Net is empty for Thompson. He's got 2. Can't get it out. Bouncing puck at the dot. Thompson. Off the boards. Alex Tom. Empty net. Alex Tom scores. Raise the roof.
Just Alex Tuch anticipating this puck coming out. He's going to get a step on the Bruin defender coming down, and they knew he was out there. They put it high and hard off that board.
1:10 to go. Sabres get the puck into the Boston zone. They'll tuck it in. And there goes Swayman again. Net is empty, and Luukkonen will just play it to the corner for Dahlin. Shrugs off a check. Gets it to the line, but not out. Good follow-up here. And another chance at it. Down. Fires it switch. And Doan will follow the play to the point.
Assistant number 72, Dave Johnson. Number 25, Owen Power.
Bruins slice the puck with 37.2 seconds left on the clock. We're going to let Buffalo's fan base do the talking right now. Thompson on the ice with a pair of goals at the face-off done. Played behind the net. The Bruins cut that one off, and there goes Swayman. Stripped at the line. Thompson with the empty net. Can't make the turn. Oh boy, that would have been something. 24 seconds on the clock. Penalty coming up here to Buffalo. Tripping will be the call, as Lindholm was tripped up with 18.5 seconds to go.
Really good job in the defensive zone.
15 seconds on the clock. Scramble in the center zone. Pasternak can't find a handle. Throws it through and scores with 6.2 seconds to go. The Bruins make it a 1-goal game.
So here they come out of the corner, and you just got numbers, and that looks like it redirected in front of the net when the shot was coming in. Yeah, that's right there.
The number 72 is on the ice with a chance at an empty net.
You got something there.
Sabres chip it into the box.